So here we are back for our second test with our load seal pedal with modified rubbers. This was the final weekly for this particular week, and it's Suzuka in Group 1 cars. I think we've gone for some sort of Toyota hybrid. Don't mind Suzuka, not especially great at it, terribly in Group 1s. However, this will give us a light and day, hopefully, try it with the modified pedals to see if there is much difference. This is a lot faster car. We were talking about in the Mazda that it was a slow car, so I expect to have quite a few offs here. Let's see as we just go into the back of somebody there. I will switch the old cameras around shortly as well, but at the moment it's just me driving and just trying to feel. Again, we want to watch that left hand gauge on the brakes to see how we're braking. Obviously Group 1 cars have downforce, they also have amazing brakes, so very different to the Mazda, and obviously Suzuka is a Formula 1 track, so we will see what we can do. We're not too good with Group 1, so apologies for my driving here. Anyway, let's see what we can do. It's an AI race yet again, so not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about where we finish. It's just more a case of trying to bed in these pedals, trying to get used to these pedals and how they work. So let's see what we do as we basically took that flat, I believe. Braking way too early there, but we are making our way up the field slowly. There's one lap complete as they seem to be having some sort of issue down the straight there, 3 abreast by the looks of it, so we'll go through some of them. And obviously we're at the start of the lap now. He's slightly hit that car, which is a bit of a disaster. We will try and regroup and see if we can get the hang of these S's. This car had a lot more grip than I thought it would have, which obviously I didn't know going into this race. We just sort of jumped into it, so yeah, it had a lot more grip than expected, so getting used to it, you know, obviously. As we lose the back end there, just so easy to bump in the road. We lost the back end, and we try and regrain. So all those places we just made up, they're now all coming past us, as you can see. So that was a bit of a disaster. Lost the back end now. I'm still trying to get used to these brakes. Obviously this is a hairpin corner, so we really need to slam them on now. And then it's a question of getting the power down, trying not to spin. And we have made some more places up, so not doing terrible. Spoon here, terrible corners, I can never get used to them. If you notice, we're very slight braking there. We obviously need to do more as we get on the back straight for the final time for this lap. And as you see, we just collided with the pit barrier. Brilliant. Lost it, hit the pit barrier. Anyway, I'm going to switch the cameras around now, like we did before. Let's just switch it around, that's better. So now we've got the head up in the middle of the screen. Hopefully you can see the brake inputs a lot better. Bottom left gauge. There it is now. So you should be able to see. And we have just skipped on, should I say, so very slightly. And as you can see, I was minding my own business, and all this rain appeared from nowhere. I immediately spun off, which is what we can see there, and we're literally on the first part of the lap. We're on the S's right at the start. Again, I will just skip on a bit now. So what we had to do was, this was lap 4, we had to poodle around till we get to the pits. Now this is very interesting actually. If you watch, we're actually overtaking people. The AI is doing the same thing, so it's nice to see. They're all on slicks like I am, and if you look at my throttle on the right hand side, even though I think now we're on the back straight, you can see we're doing 130 mile an hour, and now look, we're just gliding through 130R there. Now we've put the throttle back on, but we're not running at full throttle. It's interesting, I had to do a whole lap like this. Anything more, as soon as you hit full throttle, you just spun. But obviously the AI had to do the same, which was very, very good and very interesting. So we are obviously going to pit and put on, it was just a gamble, put on some intermediates, which is what I did. Anyway, we have skipped on now to lap 8, just because nothing really happened, but we're definitely getting used to the pedals a bit better, and the intermediates were far better, and as you see we have made it to position 1, there's only 2 laps to go. The track it's really weird this, because it literally dried up, completely dry, and some people started putting slicks on. Then we had another bit of rain, and then we're like where we are now. Now my tyres are quite worn, and that's a braking incident there, I reckon. But obviously with 2 laps to go, we're not going to pit. We should be able to make our tyres last to the end just about. We can always go with the wet bits to try and keep them cool. It's very interesting that this rain, like I said, it caught me completely off guard. It's something I'll touch on in another video, which I want to talk about. But yeah, it's very interesting that this come down. It just doesn't seem to happen enough in the game, in my opinion, especially when we're doing lobbies. We see it on random weather, but it's very rare that it rains. Anyway, let's get back on here. Let's try and look at some of these braking inputs as we go across the line. There we go, on 9 now. So what can we say about this? Well, not terrible. Again, if you look at my brake inputs on the left there, we're not flat out on the brakes. By this point of the race, I was getting more used to the car. Obviously it was wet, so along this bit I found it easier just to sort of glide along. Didn't really want much brake or much throttle, just try and keep the speed up as we go through this section of the track, as it were. Yeah, as I say, we don't do Group 1s very much, but there you are. Maybe we should in future. Half throttle there as we come through that chicane. And we're now rounding out to start the final lap. There we go, lap 10. What I couldn't understand was a lot of the AI pitted on lap 9 or lap 10, and it's like, what are you doing? Why are you pitting on the final lap? I agree, the weather now, if we look at the bottom left gauge there, it is a dry track, admitted. My intermediate tyres are over half worn, I get that, so I haven't got the grip. But you know, even by pitting and being on the superior tyre, you're not going to overtake me, are you? So it's a bit silly at that stage of the game. Why the AI did that, I don't know. It's not safe for the AI, it is the normal AI, so maybe we can forgive it as we're lapping, we're overtaking, or we're lapping, should I say, position 16 there. There you go, you can see somebody now, second place, is going into the pits on the final lap to change his intermediate tyres. Doesn't make much sense. Look at the braking point here, we're full on brakes, and we went wide and came off and rejoined again. No dramas because second place is miles back, but I don't know if that was weather or the brake pedal. Anyway, we will continue our journey testing these pedals, and thanks for watching. As always, hit the like if you liked it, and we'll see you soon in another video. As you see, 4th and 5th now hitting again on the final lap for tyres, so a bit of a funny one. Thanks for watching.